Hello everyone, my name is Danielle Durkin. I'm an interior designer and spatial planner, and I wanted to put together this video to help explain what an interior designer does, the types of services we can provide, what the benefits are of using one, and to clarify any misunderstandings really about designers. So firstly, the sort of services we can provide are, budget friendly in terms of what level of service you want. So if you've got quite a big budget, you can hire us from a concept to completion point of view, which would mean full design and project management right through to the very end. So a turnkey option, as the industry calls it, which is just basically we create a design, implement the design, order all the various products, finishes, schedule the various contractors to come in and do the work to complete that design, and then basically leave you with a finished product. Now that is obviously the more expensive route to go down, and that would be, one package or one cost. For people that have a smaller budget and have the time to complete the project themselves and project manage it and organise everything, we have a more consultative point of view where you would come up with the designs and kind of help a person more understand their tastes, source the products, and then leave it to them, and they would order and implement the various products, finishes, and fittings, etc. So that is something that's more affordable, because obviously we provide you with the means, and then you complete the project yourself. So for that, what we would do would be to take a brief from the client during a client meeting, and this is where we would understand your personal taste, and if indeed you didn't understand it yourself, we would ask the right questions to extract that information from you, because some people don't know what their taste is. Some know what items they like, finishes they like, so we would use both questions and imagery and things like that to understand that, because everyone can say yes or no to what they do or don't like, but maybe not be able to describe it or communicate that across to us. But that is what we are there for to do, is clear that up and understand that. For all of you who think that interior designers design to their own personal taste, that is really not the case. We design on a basis where we take a number of things into consideration. We take into account your personal circumstances in terms of budget, the property you currently have, the size of it, the layout of it, what would best suit the property in terms of, if it was a period property, you might want to be respectful of the current features that are within it. You may want to work with the furniture you have, and there's a possibility we could suggest upcycling various products to work with the current style. So we can be budget friendly if that's what you need, and that is from the consultative point of view. Maybe we're just giving you some ideas. So there's endless amounts of opportunity in how you can work with a designer. So sometimes just ask the question. Maybe you just want some mood boards creating, maybe you just want some inspiration. That could be a one-off fee where, you could send me across some pictures of your current living space. I get a short brief from you over an online method. I'm happy to take calls, texts, WhatsApps. I can put together some boards, like I said, for you, and then, just send them across to you, and that could be a one-off fee. Maybe you just need some help with ideas. I'm happy to even do that for free. So just going back to explaining the different levels of the process. So we were talking about brief. We would take the brief from the client. We would then go away and process it, maybe create some mood boards, send them across the client and see if we're on the right tracks, that we've understood their taste properly, that this could either indicate whether we were going in the total wrong direction, or in fact we were going in the right direction, which would allow us to move forward. We're more than happy then to go back and change those boards in terms of getting more clarity for what your taste might be. If you like them, then we would move forward with that design, and we would start spatially planning a space, speccing the finishes and fixtures, and indeed going into more depth in terms of the style with mood boards. Then after that, when we would come up with the finished spec, if you didn't understand kind of the design we were trying to communicate across, for those of you who would like more understanding, we could create a 3D visual. These can be quite time consuming in terms of preparation, but for people who are really struggling to visualize what the space would look like, even after floor plans and mood boards, etc., this can really help them feel confident in the fact that they are going for the right look and the right layout, etc. These would be an extra cost because they take a lot of time. They use software that is very expensive to buy in the first place. So they're only for somebody who really has, no sense of creativity or visualization in the first place. So not many people actually do need those, but some. So it is possible. If you didn't need the 3D visuals, then the next step would be to arrange all the contracting teams, etc. But again, that is only if you wanted the concept to completion. Turnkey option. So for those of you who were happy to finish at the stage where the interior designer would pass over all the various information, then that would be it. You would go ahead and then order the fixtures and finishes, arrange your own contractors and that sort of thing. But we are more than happy to recommend people who we've worked with before, if that would be a help to you, or indeed answer any questions you might have further on after that. So please bear in mind, we do not design to our own taste. We're educated in a number of different styles. We've studied the history of design, so we are aware of period styles and how to work with them, how to be understanding of the technicalities of a home. We are aware of, planning regulations, what walls can and cannot be knocked down, etc. We are not architects, but we can consult in terms of, if you were interested in building extensions, how it might be best to plan the space, or if you wanted to make your home more open plan, we can suggest what walls might be best knocking, etc. We do have, a technical mindset, so it's not just a case of picking fluffy cushions and pretty colours. So please bear that in mind. So the next thing basically I'd like to talk about is the benefits of having a designer and hiring a designer. Well, previously many people, I presume, would have thought that it's very much a luxurious service, and that only the well-off and financially comfortable would use this service. But in recent years, people have been more open to a designer because they realise that it actually can save them money and time. How a designer can save you money and time is they have a lot more connections than the average person would do in terms of fixtures, finishes, and where to source various things. So we can get you discounts, trade discounts. We can tap into many more resources that are out there because we have those connections. We have bought from them before, we have sourced products from them before, so we know that the quality is good, and we know that we know to take a risk on various items. For example, you may think that it's important to spend a lot of money on everything when things that you can actually save money on are your accessories, your final touches. It's not all about how much you spend, and that certainly does not mean that you get an overall better finish just because you spend a lot of money. You can end up with a really cheap and tacky look, even if you do spend thousands and thousands of pounds on various, different types of furniture finishes. It is about the look that you want to create at the end of the day, and to do that, you just need to implement the right products. For example, if your taste was quite minimal, then it's important to look for certain things for that style. If your style is quite eclectic, you are open to sourcing your products from so many places, because the design rules as such are not as strict. You have a lot more places to source things because you can go to salvage yards, you can upcycle products. I source products from everywhere. So from the elite high-end products, could be in one space in one room, but I also might have taken a trip to a charity shop as well. As you can see from my Instagram profile, I post about all different styles and all different budget requirements. I go to the high street shops. I also post about the much more upmarket products, and it's about what is suitable for you, your budget, your requirements, your space, and it is all very much tailored to an individual's needs and what will work for their budget and their taste. So please don't think that we automatically go and pick all the most expensive products, because that's not the case. We enjoy that idea of getting a bargain or savvy shopping, or sourcing things from a variety of different places. It's much more exciting, it's much more fun, it tells more of a story, it gives more of a bulk to your design. So for any of you that are still unsure about designer, the benefits of them, any misunderstandings you have, please just message me and ask. You're under no obligation to avail of any services. I went into this industry because I love design. I'm passionate about it. I want to help other people to create both a space that they will love and that will function for them best. So I love to help people for free, but I also do want to make money at the same time. So please don't be afraid to ask questions. I will be more than happy to help. And, I can save you time, I can save you money, I can save a lot of hassle for you. Just don't be afraid to ask. Bye.